Hi, I'm Senta.
I'm Stephanie.
And this is our first ever BTS Roundup, which is something new for us. Normally we do reaction videos, but we have a habit where every morning, basically, Stephanie's like, this is what happened with BTS, and then she fills me in. And I thought that it might be good to do a roundup of everything that happened sort of in a period of time for BTS, not just for us, so we have sort of a diary of what we experienced as fans, but also in case there are other fans who don't have someone to share news with or don't have time to follow through Twitter, so that it's sort of like a public service for BTS Army. Okay. So a little background, I'm Baby Army. That's what I'm calling myself because I'm comfortable with that label. I saw BTS at Wembley the second night in June. In June. And I only saw it because Stephie bought me a ticket. And so then I saw them at Wembley, and then I sort of had a bunch of life stuff. And then about a month ago, we started doing reactions, and then I just fell fully into BTS. Yeah. And now I just listen to it like all day at work and at the gym. So.
Yeah, and I'm maybe not Baby Army, maybe new Army. I've been Army since essentially their concert in LA, Rose Bowl Night 2, which I went to on a whim. Before that, I had recently become kind of a fan, but that concert made me Army. So I am new Army, she is Baby Army.
Okay, so that's who we are. And what we're going to do right now is news from September 1st to September 7th that we heard about.
Yes, so maybe news we did not hear about.
Because we're only human.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't know. We're not journalists. All right. Anywho, let's get started. So everybody knows Jungkook's birthday was September 1st. Yay! And he was born in 1997, so he is 22 in international age, but 23 in Korean age. So, yeah. I mean, if people don't know, there's two different ages. You're one when you're born in Korea. You also turn one on the new year, so that's a little confusing as well. Yeah. But anyway, that happened. So I was celebrated by birthday messages from the other guys on their Twitter account and silly photos. Yeah. A lot of them seem to be hair related.
Yes, that's true.
I think they just were looking for things where he looks sort of silly. Yeah. So they involved his hair. Like one is him trying to cut his own hair while holding a mirror in his toes. Yeah. So that was unusual. Jimin sent a message from Paris. Yes. So that was interesting because nobody really knew he was in Paris. So now he had a vacation. And the hashtags for Jungkook's birthday were the top 5 hashtags in the world. So, and they were Happy Birthday Jungkook, Golden Jungkook Day, Happy Birthday Jungkook. No, sorry, Happy Jungkook Day, and 1st September Miracle. And then there was also Hangul hashtag, which I don't know how to pronounce.
So I bet you don't try.
So I'm not going to.
Yeah, I think go.
Anyways.
Wrong.
Also, fans got a birthday message on Weverse. Steffi's a member of the fan club.
I am.
So she got that. And also, JK put out, it's a part of a solo song?
Yes, that's what we think it is. I mean, that's what it seems to be.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
It's like about a little bit over a minute.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Is it in English? I feel like it's in English.
I don't think so.
No?
Okay. I don't know.
Well, it might be in English, but it's beautiful. We can't wait to get the whole thing. It's not clear if it's from a solo project, if it's just a solo single, if it's going to be part of something else. We don't have any background on it. And also I wanted to add about the birthday is that besides all the boys in the BTS birthday messages, there was also a final extra birthday message from Jimin. It seems like he had gotten back to Seoul and had thrown a party or was at a party for Jungkook's birthday along with JHope, because that's who was also tagged in the photo. So that seems like they had a lot of fun.
It's like he made the message in Paris and then he got on a plane and posted the message in Paris once he left Paris, which was smart of him.
Yeah, very smart.
Okay, then let's see what else happened. So, also, the next day, Jungkook put up a 4-part song about the pork belly meal he was anticipating eating. So, I guess he had a good birthday, was still very happy.
Yeah.
So the song, I looked at the translation for anyone who's wondering about it. He's talking about the pork belly meal he's waiting for. He says he's going to sleep after he eats, and that he would post a picture of it when it came, and then he did. He posted a picture. It looked great.
It did look really, really good.
Like,
so good.
I can understand why he was happy enough to sing about it.
Yes. It made me want to go eat pork belly.
It really did. I was like, we need to go get this.
Yes.
All right. So that's what happened. Mm-hmm. Now we're on to what I'm calling, I know what you did this summer. I knew that would make you laugh.
It's ridiculous.
P.S. Stephie only agreed to do this. She's like, that sounds like a lot of work. She only agreed to do this when I said I was going to put up little captions at the bottom of the screen. So
I love little screen captions.
My primary goal is to make you laugh. Okay. Or at least think it's silly. Okay. All right. So, this was very exciting. So, out of the blue, RM posts pictures of himself in European cities.
Yes.
So, this started on September 3rd. And RM posted pictures from Milan and Venice, Italy. Now, in these pictures, he had himself walking on the streets, at a restaurant in the Piazza San Marco, which is a favorite place for us.
So good.
And on a boat ride in, like, probably outside Venice. And then he also was at a retrospective of Korean painter, let me try this name, Yoon Hyung Kwon, at the Palazzo Fortuny in Venice. So, that was good. So, now, this really excited me because, if you'll remember, when they said they were going on vacation, I said, oh, God, please let them actually go on, like, real vacations and travel someplace like Italy. And now...
You did say that.
Because it is a place, I think, of where you just go, you hang out, you have great food, there's great art, great buildings, stuff to look at.
Yeah.
So, I'm so happy that he actually did it.
Yes.
So, then the other thing that happened was he went to Venice, which is one of our favorites. I personally think it's the most romantic city in the world, even if you're by yourself or with a bunch of girls or whatever. And then, the Italian army also came up with a code word situation. Do you want to explain what that was? Number one, I'll say what it was.
Okay, you say what it was.
It was Tette, Tette, and that is basically boobs in Italian.
Yes, exactly. So they used that for him, and apparently because he was spotted out. I mean, Venice is super crowded, especially in August.
Yeah, you have to.
It's always crowded. It's full of tourists. People were going to spot him there. I mean, and Milan is a huge city. I mean, people were going to spot him there. So apparently, the armies that spotted him were talking amongst themselves on Twitter and decided to use Tet so they could talk about him being there without alerting armies outside, but also not alerting people who didn't know. And an Italian paper actually published an article about this, explaining why. Because at one point, Tet actually trended on Twitter in Italy, and I guess people who clicked on it thought they were going to see a picture of boobs.
This is the best part of it. The idea that a bunch of probably men were like, "Ooh, what is that?" Like, the fact. I think it's sort of a smart code word, too, because you wouldn't necessarily think, oh, I'm going to find news about a male Korean superstar under this name.
It's under the
and just congratulations for them, because even though a lot of people were talking about it, it wasn't a thing where he got swamped anywhere. The news wasn't out, oh my gosh, for people to go looking out for him necessarily. And if they did, they managed to keep it very low key. And I think it's great that there's like a worldwide kind of effort to not penalize the boys for being so famous and let them have their own lives.
Yeah.
All right.
As much as is possible.
Yeah. So that was great from Italy. And then, as if that wasn't enough, the next day, RM posted pictures of himself in Vienna, Austria. Now, here he had pictures of himself hanging out by a white wall, which was not exactly what I thought was Instagram worthy, but I guess it was...
Or Twitter worthy.
A nice wall. Riding a bike near graffiti. And then he also had a picture of a work of fine art. There was also a painting in that picture. Okay, so the reason we're laughing is because RM took a picture in a sleeveless shirt with his hands like here, so his like muscles were really bulging, next to a painting, and basically he just laid a thirst trap for everybody. And everybody fell into it, and those who didn't fall willingly jumped in.
Yes.
Yes.
We're happy to fall.
And I think it's very classy of him to put a picture like, wait, I'm just showing off this picture. I am not trying to show off these guns. Also, it occurred to me, he put something in that picture. It's a thirst trap for people who like brains and brawn.
It's true. Whichever one you like, or both.
Right. It was a great picture. and a great day for everyone.
Yes.
Okay, now I did look this up.
Mhm.
So the painting was called Four Trees by Egon Schiele. And it's at the Belvedere Palace in Venice. Sorry, in Vienna.
Vienna.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We're on to another city. It's at the Belvedere Palace in Vienna. And this is what I was really excited about. So apparently Egon is a student of Klimt, Gustav Klimt, who I love.
Oh, yes.
And also at the Belvedere Palace, that's where they have the kiss. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I hope if he was in Vienna, he got to see some Klimt.
Yeah.
So he definitely, I'm sure, went to see the
He must
kiss.
have.
So the kiss is a wonderful painting, and a lot of people have seen pictures of the kiss online. You can even buy some places reproductions. We have one in our own apartment. But the thing about the kiss is because it's gold paint and maybe even gold leaf, pictures just don't do it justice.
No.
The gold comes off looking a little brown, a little weird. But when you see that picture in person, and it's really big too.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. So when you see that picture in person with all the gold on it, it really is a much more spectacular painting, I think, than any picture can. It's one of my favorite pictures of all time. Okay, also, Austrian Army had a tag too.
What was Austrian Army's tag? I didn't know that.
I'm gonna butcher this. Bundeskanzler, meaning chancellor. Very diplomatic. I believe it was Austrian Army. Yes. Okay, and the reason why maybe it wasn't Austrian Army, but that does sound German.
That sounds really German.
Was the next day after that, RM posted pictures in Copenhagen. And Denmark did have Presidenten Erlandet, which was their hashtag, which was the president has landed.
Oh, I love that! President RM.
All right. So, and in Copenhagen, RM's photos included him walking in the streets, sitting barefoot next to Samart, which we can only assume was in an Airbnb because I don't know where he took off his shoes next to his art. All right. And sitting on the grass by an Alexander Calder sculpture called Little Janie Waney at the Louisiana Museum of Modern Art in Hummelbæk, Denmark. There you go. Now, we have noticed that there is a Calder-ish, probably, it's probably not real Calder because it would be copyrighted, mobile on the table in Serendipity.
There is.
Yeah.
We commented on that in our reaction.
So that is a theme for them. And I think that is all the news on that, except for there's another hashtag for RM overall, and that's Namjooning, because he said that he was going to be Namjooning on his break. So hashtag Namjooning is also something that's happening right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, other things, some of this has happened before the first, but some other things that the boys have been up to on vacation. Jimin went to Paris, obviously. We know from his birthday post to Jungkook. Suga posted a picture of a sunset. Mm-hmm. Also with his dog. He posted a picture of the dog earlier. JHope posted himself hanging out like in a room and by a greenhouse maybe. Tae went on a boat trip with actor friends. Jin and Suga went fishing together. Jin and Jimin also seem to have gone to concerts, and JHope went to LA on mysterious important business. Mm-hmm. So not all that happened this past week, but that's what's been happening. Now let's talk about this JHope important business.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that, what did JHope say online this week? Something.
Well, what happened was on Weverse, a fan, obviously, was talking about how they've been listening to J-Hope's solo album, solo mixtape, I guess you call it, and how they miss him, blah, 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 something like that. And J-Hope responded on Weverse to that person and said to look forward to something. I am paraphrasing. But, I mean, that is implying that something is coming from J-Hope, is what everyone is thinking.
Okay, well, I guess we don't know if it's what was happening in LA or something else entirely.
I mean, we'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is not really a news. It is sort of it's a news item. I just call this Senta Wonders. I am confused.
Okay.
So, Big Hit sent out something about claiming your gift if you're in the fan club this week. And what I'm confused about is there was the trailer earlier for the Zip coming, and I understood that was to go with the fan club, but it said October. So, I thought, do I need to join the fan club in October to get that new prize? How do I get that? So I didn't join. Stephie has joined the fan club, and now I'm worried because there was an August 31st cutoff that the people who were already signed up by August 31st get the Zip coming in October, and I won't get it. And I don't know if anyone knows anything about this. Please comment.
I would help if I could, but I honestly don't fully understand what the Zip is, nor do I fully understand any of their deadlines. I'm just luckily already a member, so that is my only solution
Yeah.
to this problem.
And if there is a deadline, if they do a big, ooh, this is what's coming, then they should also say, you must sign up by this date. Don't you think that would be fair? I think that would be fair. Anyways, let me know.
If you know.
I'll always be able to watch Stephanie's version, but I'm upset because I held off specifically thinking I want that zip. Okay.
Senta's confused.
Senta's confused. Okay. I'll probably have a weekly thing I'm confused about.
Yeah, I probably. That seems very likely.
Okay. All right. Oh, Big Hit also put out an announcement this week for auditions for a global girl group. Maybe the girl group is called Plus. You can find out more information at @plus_audition on Twitter. But they also put out a YouTube like trailer for the auditions.
Like a trailer for auditions.
Which was also, it was very, very cute. It looked like they were looking for like really sassy, interesting girls.
Yeah.
And so it looks like the audition period is worldwide, the 5th of October through the 27th of October. And then there's also information on Big Hit's audition site for boy groups in general. So I'm not sure what those are, but the announcement this week was for the girl group. Mm-hmm. Okay. Big Hit also put out 3 Bangtan bombs, of course, with no English translations, but maybe by this point, a nice fan has put out an English translation. Those bombs were BTS 1 First and Piggyback, JHope and V Reaction to TXT Cat and Dog, and Making Stickers for Army. All right, so the one with them reacting to TXT was really cute because they were so supportive, like backstage watching them perform, and they're like complimenting them, and like, this song's really good, and all kinds of stuff. So it's nice to see that everybody at Big Hit is working together. Okay, let's see. What's happening? Oh, yes. Weverse, Jin's new hobby for the vacation seems to be teasing all the fans.
I love it.
She absolutely loves it. Like, besides telling what's happened...
Every morning I tell her what he's put on Weverse.
She's like, and if I answer this, and he's like, burp, burp, burp.
I love it so much.
She loves that. Also, JHope and RM were commenting back to back on some comments from fans, and that really had to make their day. Yeah. So Weverse is hot and happening right now. I'm sure if you use it and you need translations, you're aware of that's spotty. But there are some Twitter accounts specifically for Weverse, basically to tell you in English what the conversations have been. So go ahead and look at those on Twitter. Yeah. I looked at some today and was like, oh, okay, that's what's been happening.
Makes so much more sense.
Because the translator, I'm like, who said what, yeah. What does that mean? I don't understand.
Well, let me add something about Jin, which is that he's doing he's teasing fans on Weverse. He's not being mean.
No.
I saw some people who actually read and understand Korean on Twitter wanting to point out that it is polite and kind teasing. It is not he's not being mean at all, because sometimes I guess when it's translated, it's not clear on the tone.
Oh, yeah.
But in Korean, the way he's writing it is polite and kind teasing.
Yeah, it's so hard to take tone from writing anyways.
Yes, let alone in a language you don't speak or read. But it's hilarious, and I love his sense of humor, and I just love his dedication to making some fans' day by teasing them.
Okay. September 4th, at least in America. Now, here's the thing. We're like 16 hours behind Korea. So sometimes our dates might be a little bit off, but September 4th seems to be Serendipity anniversary. So there were lots of great Jimin posts.
Oh, you so many.
And it was wonderful. So if you haven't been on Twitter, go look for September 4th posts for Jimin, because boy, were there a lot. Map of the Soul Persona sold over 4 million copies worldwide in physical sales. Mm-hmm. And that was in less than 5 months, and they're the first artist to hit 4 million in sales in 2019. Now, you explain why this is important.
Okay, so it's important not only because it's a big deal that they sell a lot, but also because BTS did it without bundling. And for those of you guys who don't know bundling, I'm guessing a lot of armies do know what bundling is. But bundling is when you sell an album with something else, a t-shirt, a concert ticket, and the album itself is essentially at a discount. You know, I mean, if I pay $15 or whatever and I get an album and a t-shirt, that album is discounted. That is. Okay? Or if I get a concert ticket and you throw in an album, I haven't really paid for the album, I paid for the concert ticket. Mm-hmm. But you can count that as album sales. Well, BTS doesn't bundle. Okay? And they also don't do paid YouTube ads for their albums as well. The kind where the video runs, you know? Mm-hmm. So in both video play and album sales, they don't do things a lot of the rest of the industry is doing right now. And yet they still are outselling them and often having higher views on YouTube than them. Okay. So it's amazing. I mean, and it just shows how much they actually for real sold. Mm-hmm. You know, because if you bundle, it's hard to tell how many people actually bought your album because they wanted the album.
Yeah, they wanted to actually own a physical thing. Like, I have Map of the Soul Persona because I was like, I'm going to go buy this in the store so I can play those CDs in our car.
Right, exactly. Exactly, and so it's hard to tell, because these fans will obviously have bought the album, but they might have bought it digitally, and also these people did not pay full price for the album. That's the thing about
if you're bundling.
If you're bundling.
But we did because we're BTS fans and there's no bundling.
But I'm saying that's a big deal. So we say this sold $1 million. The $1 million bundled actually makes the artist and the record company less money per album than a million copies sold. $1 million copies sold that were not bundled. So that's why it's important. Okay.
Great. Also, there was People's Choice Award voting, and a little bit of a bobble there. So I was first made aware that there was People's Choice Award voting sometime this week when people were like, "Oh my God, BTS is losing," and I was like, "Oh, there's People's Choice Award," and I was like, "What? How do I?" Didn't really know how you voted. I went to the site. There was something about you could vote for 25 times if you signed up. But you could also hashtag, and you can also still hashtag. Now, I'm not clear that this is correct, but it looked like voting's open until October 18th.
I don't think People's Choice Awards are for a while.
But that's a really long voting window. Anywho, so then it came out that the People's Choice, you just explain this part.
Okay, what happened was, in order to vote on Twitter, you needed to use a certain hashtag, and BTS is up for award, I think, in 3 categories, including Best Group, I think Best Video, and that was the one that I believe had the issue because people had been told to use a certain hashtag, and it turned out that was the wrong hashtag for Boy With Love.
And because of a typo or something.
It was a typo, but it was a typo that was officially given out. People didn't make it up themselves on Twitter. They were told to use this hashtag, so people just, I guess, copied and pasted it or used it. And then someone pointed out this doesn't make any sense to the People's Choice Awards, who then, apologized, changed it wherever it was written incorrectly.
Oops, it's the wrong hashtag.
Incorrectly.
Now, this says they lost us 36.8 thousand votes. Now, did they get them back?
Not that anyone knows. I mean,
here's the thing. If you put out a wrong hashtag on your website for voting, you haven't put out a wrong hashtag. You've put out 2 hashtags, the right hashtag and the hashtag you put out incorrectly.
Exactly.
You don't be like, oops, guys, your votes don't count because we made a typo. It's like, hello. Anyways, it doesn't matter because I guess everybody saw the same kind of tweets I saw where everybody's like, we're losing. Army stepped up, and now BTS is winning in all categories. So I can only assume we're going to hold that lead until whenever People's Choice Award.
I also assume that if for some reason with this lead ever slips, I trust Army on Twitter to let me know.
I think that they will let us know, and then we can all. Yeah, I did some tweets. I did some tweets because I was like, tweeting I can do. I can't be signing up for all kinds of sites, but tweeting I can do.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so that happened. This week was episode 2 of the Bring the Soul documentary on Weverse. If you're not signed up, go ahead and watch it. You know what I like about this series is there's a lot of interviews with the boys.
Yes.
Okay, so just to recap, this week was Passion. All right, and maybe I should talk about the first one. So the first one was what was that called? Remember. Oh, the first one was called Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
That was the week before. And so that was a lot about them doing rehearsals with I guess it was the first time they'd done 26 songs or something in their set, and they were getting ready to be at the Olympic Stadium, and they were sort of struggling, even just breathing, getting through their whole sets and stuff like that. And I think my memorable moment from that was when V said, and I know I've seen it on Twitter too, some other people really liked it, where he said that one thing he does is when they get on the lift to go up to the stage, he gets on and then he closes his eyes as it's being raised, and he thinks to himself, what if nobody's there when I open my eyes, or it's not sold out or something? And then when he gets up, he opens his eyes and he sees everybody and he gets goosebumps and he feels alive. So that was great that week.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Challenge, and then this week was Passion, and that was sort of them talking about their growth from their younger days to now, and they're getting ready for a Los Angeles show, and then they do America's Got Talent, and they do a shoot for Time magazine. And for me, I think the memorable moment was they were they do some stuff at the Staples show their first night, and as during the show even they're like, oh my god, it's just we need more choreography. I guess for some reason they thought that it was really close or really small or something, and that they weren't able to keep the energy up just standing there in the size space. So Harlem's like, we need more choreography, and Jimin's like, oh, in these places when we're not there's no choreography to make it more fun, I just have to do extra, and then I can't breathe. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm always like, maybe they should take out some choreography so that they have a chance to breathe, not knock themselves out. But apparently they hate not killing I don't know.
I mean, commitment, I guess. I don't know.
I guess that's passion for
That's
you.
passion.
But I was like, that is really interesting because I keep thinking, well, maybe they should just slow it down in the choreography and,
And you know what I find interesting as someone who's been to the concerts, and you've been to a concert, and I've been to two, is that the energy never drops, even when they're not doing a choreographed dance.
Yeah.
They're so full of energy. They're so engaging with the crowd. They're so engaging with the cameras filming them. They're so giving you face. They're so present that
it's hard to imagine that they think.
Yeah.
But maybe in the big stadium, they can feel in the back. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
you can feel energy changes.
Yeah.
But the other thing, too, is they were talking to, I remember, about something about, like, when we're walking around, like, do it with energy. Like, also, don't just walk from A to B, but make sure you're, like, adding it in. So I think that, again, as we talked about before, the fact that they're constantly, like, even during the concerts and then for the next stage, being like, how can we make each section really work? That's really evident in the documentary series, and it's really well done, and it's really nice to be able. We watch it on our computer. You can watch it on the app, but you can also just log in with your Weverse password on the computer and watch it big. So that's what we've been doing. I'm blowing it up so we can see it, and it's so crystal clear and beautiful. So it's so wonderful. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, Dog Birthday breaks internet.
Headline.
That's what I'm gonna put at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, good.
Okay. So September 6th with V's dog Yuntan or Tanny's second birthday. I did learn that Tanny is a Pomeranian, maybe a teacup Pomeranian.
Okay, well.
And
it's very small.
this dog, I said broke the internet because this dog's birthday trended worldwide with 4 tags. King Yuntan Day, happy birthday Tanny, and happy birthday Yuntan, and a Hangul tag, which was even longer than Jungkook's, or Jungkook, or Chungkook. I'm just struggling to figure out how to pronounce this correctly. Birthday. Anywho, there are plenty of pictures. This is September 6th, so go look for those pictures.
There are adorable pictures, including
dog.
flashbacks to when Tay first got the dog.
He was so small.
When
He
it was
was
so
a little
little,
fluffy.
it was like a little
Little
pillow,
bitty.
or like a little stuffed animal, a little walking stuffed animal.
There's this video of him walking, like looking down at him and walking the floor. It just looks like a walking fluff ball. There's also one where like he's like jumping around the bed and he trips over Tay's foot. It's just so cute. Oh, there's just too many cute pictures. Yeah. Anyways, it did occur to me, wow, for other musical artists who are like, guys, let's have a meeting. We need to talk about how to get our social media up. And then they're like, what? I'm sorry? Their dog's trending worldwide for 4 tags? Like, what are we doing?
Look.
That's gotta be harsh.
It's gotta be harsh. Look, we're Army come latelys to this. You know, you guys have done all the work already, older armies, to make this the juggernaut that it is.
Oh my god. That has really gotta be harsh for somebody.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm in the studio.
It's gotta sting.
It's gotta sting.
It's gotta sting just a little bit.
He's a very cute dog.
He's very cute.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Some people said it's a girl.
It's a good girl then. I thought it was a boy though.
It's a good doggy.
It's a good doggy.
All right. Okay, well that's basically what happened this week. All right, so we're looking ahead. This coming week is RM's birthday. Yay! Okay, so that's September 12th. But as I said, I did look up, and Korea is 16 hours ahead of us. We're in Pacific time. We're in California. So we need to start, we're not going to get up at 8 a.m., but starting at 8 a.m. on September 11th is when it is going to be midnight. So September 12th starts in South Korea. So basically September 11th is when we need to get online, look for all the fun birthday stuff, and also participate in tweets and retweets so that we can
add
trend.
One thing about birthdays.
Yeah.
What you forgot to add was at about the time you're talking about for Jungkook's Jungkook's birthday. Okay, was Army tweeted so much it actually slowed the internet for everybody. They literally broke the internet. I applaud that level of commitment. I love that.
My goodness, being part of Army is really fun.
It's really fun. I highly recommend it to everybody.
We need to figure out how to fix global warming or something.
Something. Collectively as a group.
All right, let's do it, girls and guys. All right, let's see. Okay, so there's that. Also, obviously, we participated in one birthday project that we could do, which was submitting a picture to somebody. But there are other birthday projects, and I'm sure if you're resourceful, I don't know, I was having a hard time trying to find birthday projects for RM. I know they're out there, and some are already well in process. But if there are some that you can get in on, you might want to get in on it. If not, then just make sure that you tweet on September 11th if you're in a time zone where September 12th in South Korea has started, or September 12th if you're in South Korea, or any of those times. So it's kind of like,
we trust that you can figure that out.
You get the idea.
You get the idea.
All right, September 11th, start looking online for birthday stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, and continue through the 12th. Okay. And then, there's also obviously going to be a new episode of Bring the Soul on our Tuesday.
That's our Monday night.
Our Monday night?
It's Korea's Tuesday.
Okay.
South Korea's Tuesday.
Boys, it's hard.
Tuesday morning.
All right. But good, because that's a day earlier for us. So we don't have to wait as long. All right. And then finally, I thought we could end BTS Roundup with a personal BTS for this week. Whatever, if there's anything that you have, I'll go first, so to give you time to think.
Give me time to think. Okay.
Okay, so this week, I've really been enjoying Wasted on Me, which is Steve Aoki featuring BTS completely in English. And I don't really understand. I guess it's Steve Aoki featuring BTS because it's on his album?
I think so.
Anywho, it's three people from BTS singing in English. And what is it? Is it Jungkook, Jimin, and RM, maybe? Or Jungkook V and RM. Anyways, three people. It's great. Wasted on Me. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. And then the other thing is we recently did a Bipse reaction and what Bipse means reaction. And I've been thinking a lot about the topics that we were talking about afterwards. It was really occurring to me that everybody's going to have to redefine what success means and selfishness means and also maturity means, because a lot of times people think that it's selfish if people don't have children. I don't know why that's a thing, but people think, oh, yourself. I think it's because people think, oh, you want to selfishly think only of yourself versus taking care of someone else for the rest of your life, as if it's like, well, if someone doesn't feel they have the means to take care of someone properly, I think maybe just do everybody a favor and don't do that. But for some reason, there's this idea that it's selfish to not have children. Or immature, like people define you as, well, I'm a husband and a father, So in light of what we were discussing in terms of people deciding not to get married or have children or even date or buy houses and stuff, people are going to have to redefine that at some point and just say, listen, guys, stop putting judgment on this, or success. Don't say, well, you don't own a house, you're not successful, or you're not married, or you don't have kids, you're not being a successful, mature person, because there's just going to be too many people who have made these decisions. And also, people are going to have to personally say, okay, you know what, be okay with whatever choices they make, because after all, we've discussed too, when doing the right thing, you still don't get a job, maybe you just should do what you like instead of doing what you think you're supposed to be doing. So I think there's going to be a whole reframing happening. So I've been thinking a lot, just sort of like in my free time, about what this means for the world in general, the way things are going.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes a lot of sense.
Do you have a personal BTS?
From this week? I mean, I just listened to a lot of BTS and watched a lot of BTS. I wasn't thinking I was listening to what you were saying.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was being a good audience,
a good listener,
and a good audience for your thoughts, and I actually wanted to think about what you were saying. So unfortunately, I didn't dig into my well.
That's fine.
Well, and think of stuff. Okay, this is just apropos of nothing, but I was thinking this week. When BTS does "Come Back Home." It's a song that we've listened to.
Oh yeah.
And I was just thinking, I really like that opening note that Jin does.
Oh, you said that.
I've said that before, so I'm going to mention it publicly on a camera. That I just think that note really sets the whole tone. Not notes. The whole first part he's saying sets the whole tone for that whole song, which I love. P.S. I know it's like a updated cover / slight change of a previous song by someone else, but I love the way his voice sounds in that opener. I love the way it sets the tone for the rest of it. I think and then it just drops into a beat and into rap, and it just works so well. I mean, the song works so well entirely. So that's just something to say.
Yeah,
about BTS.
Jin has a great pure tone as well. We've talked about it. His high pure tone is really great. Yeah. All right, okay, so I think that's it for the very first ever BTS Roundup. That wasn't so hard.
No, it was good.
Okay, so we'll I assume be doing another show at some point. So please look forward to it.
Look forward to it.
All right. Oh, also, like and subscribe. Share this with anybody who you think might want to see it, or everybody in the world, whatever your choice.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever your choice. Whatever you want to do. Also, you can find us on Twitter. Things in the thingy below. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, so that's the end of BTS Roundup. Now, Stephie, pretend like you're shuffling papers. Look here on the news. No, you have to do more like, more like professional about it. Don't show me stuff. You're shuffling papers.